M. Wilson, she won't let me call her Emma Louise. M. Wilson helps clients to implement simple and incredibly powerful integrated sales marketing strategies that have been proven to deliver industry beating sales results, create top industry influencers on social media, and provide double digit revenue growth in declining markets. M also delivers powerful talks on the lessons she has learned in her career working for big corporates, startups, and SMEs. Her company, Imari, is a Hampshire, UK based marketing agency that supports startups scaling six, seven, and eight-figure businesses across the UK and Europe. Imare provides a rich library of marketing and sales resources and a network of deep marketing expertise on content marketing, strategy, website design, and build graphic design, copywriting, SEO, blogging, social media, email marketing, PR, telemarketing, and much, much more. Em, so great to meet you. We were introduced to a mutual friend, Victoria Duxat. Nice to meet you. How's it going?
Yeah, really good. Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
A term that of yours that I saw was either on your website or in a recent LinkedIn post is this concept of what you call the crisis customer. What is the crisis customer?
So the crisis customer is basically it's a psychological state that your clients, your customers are now in. So when the going is good, marketers, we pat ourselves on the back and think it's all about our adverts, but actually it's related to the confidence that people feel about their future, their business, economy, and their lifestyles and disposable income. So now in the new normal, what we're having to get used to is the fact that as well as all the demographics we normally use, like over 30, green lifestyle, new mum, etc., we now need to start thinking about these psychological states which actually surpass or transcend, if you like, class, culture, creed, age, gender, etc. So I wrote an article on LinkedIn about the four different types of psychological state that your customer will now be in, and also how they're defining your products and services. There's four different types of ways that they do that. Mm-hmm. And what I've done is provided a matrix between the different four states and then the four different ways they're categorizing your product or service, and giving you some ideas for how to tailor your marketing tactics to work with that.
I think that's cool. I think what we'll do is when I post this, I'll find that and I'll put a link to it in the description of this program. Are you good with that?
Absolutely. I think that's a really good idea. It's really hard to discuss in 2.5 minutes.
I know. It's like pressure, Dave. Why don't you,
I've gone back to the 1970s in terms of recession all the way to today. So yeah, it's quite a lot of research. Yeah.
Excellent. It was very interesting. I suggest you check it out. My next question for you, and I'm asking you this because we had to reschedule this interview at least 6 or 7 times. I think 3 of them were because of me, and 3 of them maybe were because of you. But how has your business changed during this whole COVID-19 thing?
I think so. A couple of ways. So I lost probably a client or a project every day for 2 weeks when COVID first hit, which was quite scary. But then I spent quite a lot of time volunteering. So I actually took basically a month out of the business just to volunteer and help with the local efforts here. And I won an award for that, which was really nice. And then I think the other thing that we've had to do is we've simplified our range quite a lot. And, you talked about all the different things that we offer. And we've really simplified that down now into effectively 3 packages that we offer, and we've looked at the pricing for that. We've also put in payment plans for a lot of our clients, which has hit us quite hard financially, but was the right thing to do for them. We've also, we're working very differently with sort of our contractors, the people that so that's how I know Victoria. She's done a lot of great work for me over the years. So again, we're working very differently with them now, trying to support them, but also, being conscious of costs and things like that. Mm-hmm. So, and the other thing, I think the main thing is really just over communicating with clients. So we had 65, 66 clients on our books, and we're quite a young agency. We're only 2.5 years old. So when COVID first hit, I rang every single client and spent sort of half an hour with them. Just chatting about the different ways that we could help them. And it was weird things like, one of my clients, I posted some yeast to him in the post because he wanted to make bread. It was nothing to do with work whatsoever.
I know.
So yeah, lots of different ways, lots of different things.
And my final question to you, Em, is the question I ask everybody, which is what lessons have we learned during this moment of high flux, whether it's COVID or the poor economy or social unrest or whatever? What lessons have you learned, have we learned that we must not forget?
I think for me, it's just the intrinsic value that relationships provide. And I know that sounds quite cliched, but actually, the way that people support each other, we sort of move into almost tribal mode. And what's been lovely is to see the generosity of people in terms of skills and, not just in terms of helping people with access to things in terms of information, intelligence, people, referrals. I've had so many great referrals since COVID hit. And that's been incredible and really really lovely to see. So, and I think focusing on relationships and actually that human to human connection, because we're losing that during COVID, and having to move to a Zoom Zoom world, if you like, where everything's done through screens. I think it's really important to remember how can you still make those experiences, and how can you make them brilliant and interesting, and get people to talk about how they experience you and what you do in a new and interesting way. So yeah, I think that's for me, experience and relationships.
That's fantastic. Em, it was so nice to meet you. I look forward to talking to you again in the not too distant future, okay?
Absolutely, it was lovely to chat as always. Speak soon.
Bye bye.